role in ISIS recruiting and indoctrination in the West. In the aftermath of the Brussels attack, the hacking group Anonymous repeated its vow to wage war against ISIS by shutting down jihadist social media accounts and hacking their financial network. CNN cannot actually confirm these things are really happening, but let's talk about that and more with Charlie Winter. He's a senior research associate at the Georgia State University. He studies jihadist movements and how they use social media to spread terror. Welcome, sir.
Hi.
So, do you know if Anonymous is really having any effect on ISIS?
Well, they're certainly talking about it, and they do post these lists where they say that they've identified key nodes in ISIS's social media nexus and then taken them down. But I think that the actual effect that they're having is fairly limited. I mean, it's good that they're throwing their 2 cents into the ring, but when it comes to actually limiting the overall reach that ISIS has, I think that it's not necessarily working, and I don't think we can really sit back and let Anonymous do the work. Clearly, as we've seen this week, it took a matter of hours for ISIS's claim of the Brussels terror attacks to rush across, I mean, literally millions of telephone screens and computer screens around the world. They still are very, very good at delivering their message, very, very good at delivering their brand, and it takes more than a few hackers posting lists onto Twitter to remove that.
Here's one of the problems that I hear from officials within the government. They say, you know, it's tough to recruit people who can actually infiltrate ISIS through social media because people who can actually do that don't want to be seen as working for the government because it kind of like blows their credibility. So how do you get around that?
Absolutely. I mean, we have to kind of think about how to best challenge ISIS on social media. Whether it's a question of monitoring and seeing exactly what they're up to, or whether it's a question of trying to get really deep inside the network itself and actually expose operational details. I would say that that latter prong is not really possible at this stage. Certainly not possible from activists on the internet who don't have a strong hand in whether it's hacking or whether they're actually infiltrating jihadist groups. When it comes to monitoring, I think that yes, there is a very important role that people can play. Also challenging the space that ISIS has on the internet. At the moment, it has a pretty broad monopoly on how it talks about itself. It can dictate its story to the media pretty much word for word. So I think the more people challenge that, the more that normal people start kind of contesting the ISIS narrative, the better.
Talk more about the level of sophistication that ISIS has when it comes to like running its